Hello everyone, my name is Sanjay Jha and I'm your course coordinator and lecturer for this subject ICT203 Human Computer Interaction. So welcome you all in this subject and the first week lecture we are going to get familiarized with the different aspects of this course and we will talk about plenty of things related with the correct delivery of the course, related with the assessments, related with the course content, and definitely we will more focus this week about uh, the purpose of this subject, that is your human computer interaction. So what is this human computer interaction? First get familiarized with this subject, what we are supposed to do in this. So, human computer interaction studies the design and use of computer technology focused on the interfaces between people means users, and computers. Researchers in the field of human computer interaction observes the way in which humans interact with the computers and design technologies that let human interact with computers in novel ways. As a field of research, this is a field of research, human computer interaction is situated at the in- intersection of computer science, behavioral science, design, media studies, and several other field of study. The term was popularized by Stuart K. Cart and Alan Neville. They are the pioneer which has written about the human computer interaction in 1983 in his book that was psychology of the human computer interaction. So first time the term was used in 1980 and plenty of initial investigation had already started in 1975. So human computer interaction is a multidisciplinary field of study focusing on the design of computer technology and in particular the interaction between humans, what I mentioned, the users and computers. While initially concerned with computers, HCI has since expanded to cover almost all forms of information technology design. As I already mentioned, the human computer interaction surfaced in 1980s, and that time just as machine which was there as a computer, Apple Macintosh, IBM PC, and Commodore 64 started turning up in homes and offices. So people gradually started interacting with the computers, society changing numbers. For the first time, sophisticated electronic systems were available to general consumers for uses such as word processors, game units, uh, accounting softwares, ads. So, consequently, as computers were no longer room sized and expensive tools exclusively built for expert in the specialized environment, the need to create the human computer interaction that was also easy and efficient for less experienced users become increasingly vital. From its origin, HCI would expand to incorporate the multiple disciplines such as the computer science, cognitive science, and the human factors engineering. So, it is nothing very new you are experiencing in your day to day life when you are using any system, whether it is your mobile phone, whether it is your any handheld devices, if you are using any equipment, right? So you are interacting with, you can take example of your websites also. You are interacting with a human is interacting with the system, a human is interacting with the computer, right? So that interaction gets facilitated through an interface, and that interface is supposed to be having a good design so that the user or human who is interacting with the system, he wants to get his work done through that system, should have a good interaction, pleasant interaction, good experience, so that he can or she can perform the work efficiently and effectively. So in this course, we are going to study the various aspects of the interface design. We also call this as an interface design. This subject is also called the interface design. So we are going to understand how we can develop a good interface design so that the interaction with the system, with the computer, with the interface should be done efficiently and effectively to have a better utilization of the environment. So, first of all, before starting the lecture slide, I would like to go with the course outline so that we can see what are the different aspects what we are supposed to consider here. Just give me a second. Present now, and window here is the share. So now you can see, now you can see the, now you can see the uh, course outline of this subject, and it is very important in the very starting phase of this subject. We should get familiarized with the subject outline, the course outline, and if you can have a look here, that it is showing that uh, the contact details, the subject coordinator contact details, that is me. And if you have any problem, yes, definitely you are supposed to contact your first lecturer, whosoever is your lecturer. Or if you are facing any problem with your tutorial, contact your tutor. And gradually, if problem persists or my interference is required or my suggestions are required, I will go with that. So these are more details about the subject. It has got the 4 credit points and um, total course credit points towards the BIT is 96. These are the student workload. So you are not very new student, you are already continuing student, you have already done few courses within this university, and you are quite familiarized what is this. So the most important aspect here is to talk about the assessment. I would like to tell you first that this subject is the assessment based subject. So there is no exam in this subject. So we are giving more emphasis on the assessment. So as I already mentioned to you, the human computer interaction is the study of the design, implementation, and evaluation of the computer based applications, focusing particularly on the interfaces between the people, that is your user and computers. In this subject, students learn about the novel ways in which humans interact with the computers and design interfaces. So we are more working for the interface design. This includes the designing of easy to use web-based application and development phases, both physical and psychological, usability testing, accessibility, and analytics. Students will learn to use web authorizing tools to turn design into the computer-based application into working example. And here we are going to learn about the HTML5 and CSS3. So that part of your tutorial is going to be related with the HTML5 and CSS3, where you will learn how to develop the web pages. That is the main purpose of the tutorial, to get you more familiarized about the HTML and CSS. Right? So let's have a quick look of the, these are all the details given what we are going to cover on the weekly basis. And definitely we are going to have 12 weeks, and you can also have a look of in the board later here that which uh, week what assessments are due. So let's go with a broad view of the assessment, and that I have also posted on the very first page of your Moodle site. So if you will go, you will find the same thing. I have copied and pasted there and giving you a total view of your assessment to complete this subject. As I already mentioned to you, there is no exam for this subject, and there are 4 assessment items. The first assessment is your reflective journal. So that will required on weekly basis, but you are not submitting that on every week. So 2 weeks are going to be combined and going to be submitted by the second week. So for an example, week 1 and week 2 reflective journal is going to be submitted on week 2. Then 3 and 4 combined together will be getting submitted on week 4. Then 5, 6 getting combined, getting submitted on week 6. 7 and 8 getting combined and getting submitted in week 8. So like this, there are 5 submission, and each submission is going to carry the 2%. So total 10% is the reflective journal. We will talk more about the reflecting journal. uh, I have already posted the guidelines how you are going to write the reflective journal, that in week 2, right? And definitely the next week, before you are going to submit your reflective journal, I will provide you the details, or during the tutorial class you can ask your tutor also to give you the guidelines about the reflective journal. And if he is not aware, because many of them may be teaching first time, so you can mention that is there in the week 2. The second assessment is talking about the critical analysis of a nominated website. So you will be given a choice. You can nominate a website, and then you are going to analyze that website from the interactive purpose that is going to be there in week 5, and it will carry the 20% of your marks. Then we are going to have a midterm test, which will also carry the 20% marks. And finally, we are going with the assessment 4, that is your website prototype design. It is a group assignment. We will go more about the details of this assignment near to the time, and it is 2500 words followed by a 15 minutes presentation. So we will more talk about that and the breakup, how you are going to create the project plan, which is supposed to be created in week 4, carry 10%, group report 25%, and group presentation 15%. So altogether, this is about the subject assessments: 50 plus 20, 70 plus 20, 90 plus 10, 100% all completed, no exams for this subject. Specific guidelines will be given to all of you during the lecture and tutorial and near to the submission of the assignment. So here I would like to stop the first phase of the recording. Then we will get back to the lecture slide. We will discuss about the more specific details of this week lecture. And this is your prescribed textbook, and from this textbook we have taken the lectures and couple of other materials for your learning. So so we will meet again with the lecture contents. Thank you very much.